hoping to put some background music so we can just listen to it, because to me it's showing that it's playing, so I didn't do anything. Hopefully you can hear it now. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to get myself a coffee and the music can play in the background, and I'll be with you in just, I guess, a few minutes. Just go and put some cream and stevia. I'll see you guys shortly. I'm here with a coffee. Let's see who is here. Barbie can hear me. Hello Kim. Hello Chris and Crystal. Barbie was here. Knitting yoga is always the very first one. So I don't know, was Lynn on it or not, because I believe it was also my messages from the last time that didn't register. Where's my pen? Pen's here. Let's remove the cover over here. Here we are. Let's put some text here. So guys, what I'm doing today is, let me put it a little bit lower. Where's the volume? So what I am deciding to do, at least for a little while right now, it's going to be not so much structured October and November like I had before. I'm going to do pretty much either pre-recorded session and premiered, or live, because not always I can be here at this time. But I'll try to keep our Saturday date and make sure that there's like something going on every Saturday. If not live, then something done. That can even be a podcast, as we spoke last time. I looked into that, and so far I'll put podcasts on YouTube, just some picture on it or something. I was trying to see if I can make it fancy, but then I realized I'm losing and wasting my time into trying to make it fancy instead of like just kind of giving you quality kind of like to come to you. So that's basically so far the idea. I am still as you know, going through renovations, and this seems to be, oh, it's kind of difficult because I am not able, these people need space to spread their tools and work. So my idea was to squeeze them out of the rooms that are done, but I'm not successful at that because they just keep spreading, and at this stage it's just no point of battling this. So just like one bathroom is left, the one upstairs, the one downstairs is going to be finished today. So I'm just going to wait another 2 weeks until this is done, and then I'm going to start sorting things out because I cleaned my workroom entirely, except I didn't put everything on a shelf, and my workroom is just continuously being placed some stuff. So anyway, I have to kind of like really live with this for a while. Good morning. What are we mowing over here? Hi Kelsey, nice to hear. So given that Halloween is around the corner, I'm going to use Everyday Witch card deck. I also prepared Wisconsin, so I'm not going to make this because I was thinking this morning, do I really want to have this production and very structured, kind of like each sign, and I start feeling kind of like, you know what, I just kind of like have to get away from that and kind of like have a little bit different, because I feel, oh yeah, sure, there are messages, there are 1 month messages, and when I do private reading, like, I mean, that's it. But for private reading, I have all your information. I have your ascendants, I have moon signs. If I have the larger reading, I even check your astrology to kind of like go into that. With this, and we did it last week for, I guess, for fun. It's cute. And by the way, happy birthday to Barbie. Happy birthday to Barbie. I know it's belated, it was yesterday, but happy birthday to Barbie. Barbie, Barbie, Barbie. Yay! So, Barbie is turning 29. So just, I'm sorry to break in the news, but you know, ladies don't like to have their age known, but this is what's happening. So this is kind of like where I was sitting and waiting for something to come to me, and I'm doing this for freaking 6 months and nothing is coming to me. And I guess it was a reason because I had to relocate, so it was not a good time to start something and going forward. So these messages are not going to be quote unquote big production. It's not going to be something, rather it's going to be messages that come, right? So that's why I might just record them during the week. Sometimes they might just be audio. I'm going to do it less structured and more focused on the message. So let's start. Oh, I love this Wisconsin because it's so freaking bizarre. Hello Jenny. This is kind of like more but also sorry, before I forget, because you guys show up on live, you're going to get doors, whatever we have on doors, and I can remove this text now, I guess. And that's going to be, and another thing that you guys can do on live, if the message resonates with you, like last time I asked you to raise your hand. So also keep in mind that by the time I see your message, I'm already probably, I don't know, 30 to 40 seconds in behind it, so kind of like it's lagging a little bit. So just mention resonated regarding this, and if you have a question, pose the question if you want me to go a little bit deeper in it, and I'll be actually clarifying it for you. So I want you guys on live not only to have kind of like chat friends, but I also want you to kind of like get additional benefits, so that way we can encourage more people to come, and hence kind of like more messages coming through. So let's start. So this is like my new bowl. I actually have to go and buy a nice bowl. The little pink one that I had broke in transportation. It was already cracked and now it broke, so I don't know why I kind of like felt pink. I'm still working on a feng shui on this house. So this segment here, this workroom, like, so the house is like this way, I guess, how to explain it to you. And do a chart. So the entrance is here, so this will be the living room and the kitchen. So the bedrooms are just typical bungalow, right? That you can do it. It's a living room here, and a kitchen, and the hallway. Oh, I'm still hearing the music playing, so I guess I didn't turn it off. Nothing wrong about it. It's just like confusing. Actually, I can leave it a little bit in the background. It's not that bad when it's kind of quiet. And almost like I like it, but people before really didn't like it, so that's why I stopped doing it. This is a hallway. So this would be, I guess, bathroom over here, and then here is the here is my workroom over here. My bedroom is a spare room. So this is a kitchen, and this is the living room. So when you enter, and I don't know like if I actually ever went explaining feng shui, it's very important. It really worked for me. So this would fall. I mean, there's a Western, there's Eastern feng shui. So what is the difference? In the Eastern one, I feel it's more precise. So I actually apply both. Some people say just to go with one. Applying both is very difficult because it can be exactly the opposite of each other, right? Why do I say that? So for example, for me, my entrance is facing southwest. So I get lots of light in this segment during the afternoon and lots of lights in this segment during the day. So this is north over here, somewhere here. So my bedroom is always dark. Even in the morning, like you wake up, it's like, okay, Echo, please turn the lights on kind of a thing, right? But this one is what they call it in knowledge, right? This is like where it's exploration and knowledge, and it was like a perfect spot to be here, right? So this would be kind of like wealth and being known and reputation. Initially I thought that would be the room, but like, I mean, because of the light I put it over here. So this would be with what they call it Western, if you really think about it. But if I go with the Eastern, which would be original, this would be in a West segment. And the West segment is dominated with children and with creativity, and it has to have lots of metals in it and lots of kind of like things that can foster the growth. So I'll actually have to do it both ways. So I guess this is going to be something that I'll be probably offering one day, because my quote-unquote interior design, which is not vast, only two semesters that I had, kind of like I did expand with that feng shui. Of course, you can see that everything I do psychology, expand in the tarot, and kind of like psychic world, I do interior design, I expand to feng shui. It just must be that Aquarian thing. So let's start. Let's see. Okay, guys, guess. Let's go guesses. Like which sign is going to be first? Of course, it's going to get easier and easier. Come on. I'll give you to guess. Give you to guess which sign will be first. As you can see, I'm actually shuffling. I'm not setting anything up. I don't even know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a psychic. Let me guess, and I'm going to guess it wrongly too, because if I can guess this, I will guess my lottery numbers and be done with it. Pisces. I don't know. Will be my guess. Pisces. Ah, close, but no cigars. So Capricorn is first. I think Chris was saying Capricorn. Why am I feeling Chris was saying Capricorn, and there I go. Capricorn is going first. So let me see what kind of messages I have here for Mr. and Capricorns. Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Cancer. Okay, so let me see. When you look for the vicinity, I was the closest, but Chris didn't tell me what he was thinking. Be honest. Oh, Jessica was closer, much closer. Jessica, woo, Barbie Capricorn, she's announcing it. Oh my gosh. Isn't Barbie the best with her beautiful icons? I really miss Barbie. Did you want to give it a shot to try to post it again on a website? I know it was creepy that YouTube kind of like had the issues, but let's go. Capricorns, what kind of messages do I have for Capricorns for this October and November, or in general, that they need to know? So Capricorns, you have Page of Cups and you have Two of Wands. Any more messages for Capricorn? Any more messages? No, Chris did. He was here earlier, but he might be driving or something. If I'm pretty sure he's listening. Let me hope, fingers crossed, that he's listening. Um, okay, so let me see. Okay, so Barbie, try. I'm going to stick around. I have to go after live, pick something up that I'm buying off Facebook Marketplace. I learned how to use the drill. So I'm getting my stuff. But then we can try to troubleshoot this. So then there's like the High Priestess. So Capricorn, there's like something spiritual heading your way. There's like something that needs to be dealt with. Something that this might also mean, I have to say, to toot my kind of like horn a little bit, you might get a reading. But also when I see, because this one is showing totally cat with matrix, I guess, doing the runes, and here is like, can we tell what cards those are? I guess we cannot tell, right? So this is really talking about being able to connect intuitively, right? And when we connect intuitively to something, we get the doors open, the hidden doors open. This is almost like looking interior design places, and then all of a sudden you push in the wall and there is like the palace within a palace and that kind of like stuff. So this is kind of like giving you that competitive advantage over people, over things in life. And intuition can be forced, can be trained, and that's kind of like what I have. And even with me, sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but this really either say that you're going to go and target it yourself, you're going to be just unbelievable good in guessing stuff, or you're going to get somebody to kind of like be able to open these doors for you, because it does tell me that you are eager to do something. Maybe there is a new flirtation that is like going on, because this is Page of Cups. Either you'll be winking at somebody or somebody will be winking at you, but you're going to still wonder, because look at this, you have these two twos. Like Two of Wands is lovely. He's holding, look at it, the globe. What do I do? Which kind of direction I really want to go? How do I really want to go about it? And also what I really like, the wands and their little salamander over here showing that fire. There is eagerness. The unfortunate part of this card is that we really don't know. We kind of like are making decisions. You see, this is that kind of like space where I was really thinking, how do I guess shift into giving better messages, but you get messages here and there, but you don't have all of these puzzles that you can glue it together to really make it work. So this is that situation over here. So there is like that insight that might be coming, that somebody says, have you been thinking about this? And have you been thinking about this? And how about this? And kind of like, let's make it work, and let's see where this is like heading from here. So we are going to see that, right? So guys, I will take the Visconti out over here for you just to see something extra. What else should I add to it? It's also talking about kind of like growing some kind of like foundations. And your earth sign, I see this like stone, even though this is a fire, to me in this card, in this rendition of tarot, the stones and building something is important. And of course now, guys, I'm in renovations of my own house, so everything to me, I'm seeing through touching these, and getting completely newfound respect for people who do that, touching things and understanding how difficult it is to kind of like lift the stones, etc. So it's almost like the opposing energies for something very light to something firm, which really tells me that maybe something starts lightly, but something you're really thinking very, very strongly about going in the direction where something can really, really happen. So let's see which Visconti you get. Visconti is one of the first known decks, and I got this from a lady who used to do tarot for so many years. So she had these extra decks, things have been given to her, and they say that, you know, some decks you need to clean from the other people energy. You never know what kind of life this person lives. But if you get it from a tarot reader or a psychic who is positive, who wishes good things on people, then you get extra I guess, abilities, which kind of happened to me. Besides, this Visconti is very different in kind of like how their pictures are. So Capricorn, this one I'm picking up for you. Oh, we are getting the star. And look at this. It's different. It's not a naked woman because, of course, yeah, they didn't want to put anybody naked. Even the fool wears diapers over here or something. I guess maybe it's pants, but it looks diapers to me. So there is this lady over here. She looks like me, how I look, how cranky I look when I wake up and I didn't get enough sleep. But she's not letting that get into her way because she sees the star and she's going to grab this opportunity. So guys, the messages that you're getting is grab that opportunity. Opportunities are waiting. You might feel that you need to kind of go really easy and slow, but everything else is telling you, no, no, no. There's like something happening, something coming in your life, which is going to maybe be very important in times to come. So if you don't have anything like that that you're thinking right now, then try to create as many opportunities, meaning you might meet somebody at a grocery store, at a seminar. Of course, not everything is open. I am here in New Brunswick in Canada, and I'm learning how they deal with things. Actual life is a little bit more expensive here than it was in Toronto. Surprisingly, it's more expensive, even though the province is actually a little bit poorer than Ontario. But they're really big, for example, on green, on recycling. They're ridiculously beautiful natural resources. But everything is closed here. Like, I mean, it's kind of like hard to go anywhere. It's hard to kind of like create bonds and everything. But wherever you can, wherever you are, try to do that, right? That's going to be very important. Bonjour, Lynn. Comment ça va? So, no, you want to see the diapers? Look and see. I will find it. The devil is even not naked over here in the deck. The tarot I love because it has a door. Jenny, then I'm addressed what you said. Oh, actually, no, the sun is naked. The boy is naked over here. Here, they're hiding the nakedness. Actually, we see the world, but the angels are naked. I guess it's okay for angels to be naked. And this angel is naked, but people are not. Hermit has a hunch. Weird. Holy shit, the strength is like a really bad abusive animal, abused boy, and the lion looks like a cat or a dog with a weird face. Okay, this goes out. And where's the fool? Is it good? Oh, what? Okay. No, where's the fool? Where's the fool? Oh, am I missing the fool in this deck? Oh, it's a good thing that I looked. Look at that. Yeah, the fool is in diapers. So this will be the fool. But I am missing the fool. So how many cards am I missing here? Hi, Kathy. So Jenny said, Feng Shui is so important. I will inch my furniture into position until it's where it needs to be. Well, I'm not there yet, but you know, you just opened up my OCD with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh, this one misses 2, not 1, but 2. Which is weird. I can still do it with this, even though I would like all of them to be together. I have another Visconti. So let's see if this guy has all the cards. Tarot is weird. Tarot doesn't necessarily need not, and that's why oracle cards became popular. You don't need to have all the cards in order to make it work. I should actually use this one as well inside because that's before God, that's before creation. But let's see. I got both decks from this lady. I got about 70 decks and I put it at my dad's, and then my dad just doesn't know where it is. So I did. Here is the fool. We have a fool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. They're all here. So let's use this one, but it doesn't have the black one. Does it have a black one here? No, and I'm going to actually use the black one here. Some decks are calling no space. That could be Hierophant, which kind of like gives us access to this mass knowledge. But the other places would use Fool to be that kind of like card, which is before anybody, which is kind of like how, or more or less, I look at that creation. So there we are. Over here we have it, and let's see who is next. I didn't see the Wheel of Fortune. Was it? No, I did see a Wheel of Fortune was there. Remember, that was like this weird guy. Let's see what else is missing. What the heck, guys? Let's have a little bit of exploration. So we had the star 17. Let's put them in order to see really what's missing. There is the Empress. This is that beard force, and you see there's like 11. I always see this card as 3. This is original. They had this is 11, but it really numerologically was misplaced. So later, I don't know, was it what's his name who came up with the thought that did it? I'm not so sure who switched that. So that is that, even though he has a really weird freaking hat. And the snake, and no wonder the snakes have a bad connotation with this. So this is 13, this is 11, 17. So there is the Hangman. He looks quite alright. So let's put him here. Then we have the Hierophant. Almost looks like the king, like with that pomp and everything. Interestingly, they didn't put him in purple because green shows heart, means that they were healers, right? At that stage, that kind of like would be the symbolism. So here we have 7, the Chariot, and they're like tiny little horses, but they have wings, I guess, and also tiny little people as well. It's interesting, like, I mean, to wonder, like, these people didn't have a sense of proportion, or did they really have Lilliputans kind of like walking around there? So then we have this naked angel, which kind of like we do have in modern rendition. But what I really like about that is like that she is wearing pants in the house, and he's wearing this little short skirt and has the tiny little legs. Besides that, what is really important to me, oh, she has a glove on this hand. It's almost like, well, that's the wearing hands, but he has a big hat. So with a big hat, the angel cannot maybe pierce him as much. You see kind of like how my brain works. Anyway, we have somebody semi-naked there. So here was the Wheel of Fortune. Here, knitting yogi. So there's this old man holding the burden of the world because he already lived through the full cycle. He knows the good and bad, and he knows how much more improvement it needs. There's a young man. Very good rendition, don't you guys think? And here is like where we feel that we are like in our full power, where we are on the top of the world, when we are like 32, let's say 45 or so on. And we feel everything is going tits down. Use vulgar expression. Everything is like falling down kind of a thing in this situation. Let's see really what, so this is the Hermit. His clothes are actually very nice and very royal. So he still pays attention to clothes. The whole idea of Hermit is that nothing matters than spirituality. So here is the Justice. And she's okay, except we see somebody here. So we can think of what that would represent, that she kind of like has ways of delivering it. I guess that's probably what would mean. Then we have the World, and this World I love because World is very similar to the Wheel of Fortune, right, with all the symbolism of different signs, which we actually don't have here in this particular deck, and we don't have it here, but we have here the angels holding this world. So the protection of this kingdom is in the hands of angels. So even with the best care, they still feel that the influences can be done. So here's the Emperor, and this Emperor doesn't look to me as fierce, whereas his counterpart, the Empress, is like about 50 years younger than the Emperor from what I see over here. She is the one carrying the crest, meaning the children and everything. There is the green glove here. I don't know what they were big on gloves, looks like. See, that was like pandemic protection, like just built in. if you really think about it. So he has the same, what would that be? Some kind of eagle or something done. They do have slippers, which the other creatures didn't have. Most of them, they're like, have just feet. Then this is the world. This is the judgment, which is very similar to the modern rendition in this particular deck as well. Here is the moon, and look at the moon and the star. This is almost the same lady. Maybe it isn't. They have a faces that they're not smiling for some reason. Maybe it was against the law. Back then I didn't see anybody happy really. I don't know why that is, but so this is 18. I think we had the sun, so this is 19. I guess the child is breaking the smile, so he's like akin to a tiger. He just shows the bottom teeth, and that kind of like to him is smiley. But don't you love it? He is not on top of the world. He is floating. He can do anything except he chops somebody else's head. But this kind of like makes sense with Visconti when you think about Italians and French. Le roi est mort, viva le roi, meaning the king is dead, long live the king kind of a thing. So that's it, like it's a birth of the new sun, it's a new cycle coming through, and he's on top of the world. Almost looks like a garlic seed coming through. So this is here. So now we all know, of course, the tower is in a deck. So let's see, 13. So 14, this is a temperance. This is actually a lovely card. She actually does have socks. I love this card. It's really well done. The gold kind of like on this is like amazing. I mean, the minor, and that's why I never bought minors, are just that simple. They're just not showing pictures, just thing. So here, oh, look at that. They're like, this is so freaking bizarre. She is covering her upper part, but she's looking forward, and he is also covering upper part instead of the longer bottom part, and they're very ashamed. And I think this is like what kind of like shows shame. And then we have the tower where everything happens. So let's see what we are missing. So we are missing actually Fool, we are missing Magician, and we are missing High Priestess. So those cards are not there. So I guess those extra 3 cards, and with that black one, I can probably make up the deck with this one. But it's not particularly important, really, how many trumps you have. You can guys only buy trumps, by the way, if you ever want to buy this deck, which is one of the lovelier decks. It has ridiculously strong symbolism. Actually, I'm going to put this one in the box. That is kind of like Alistair Crowley. It switched, right? That's what I think Knitting Yogi as well. I couldn't think of his name. I'm starting to take these freaking supplements from my memory. I think it's starting to act up. So, okay, let's go. Next round of guessing. Yeah, it is nice to see everybody. And please, guys, like and subscribe. And if there are messages that are not only for you, but they're for somebody else, just write them in the chat. Take a note on which timestamp is it, so you can even put the message down there when the chat is over, or just send it to somebody, because through you the other people will be getting messages. Okay, so let's see who is like 2 signs before and after from the sign or less is kind of like close. So how about Cancer? I'll go with Cancer. Hi Charter, kitty kids. Oh, I have two, so there will be more guesses. So one is Virgo. So I am between the 2, and another one is Aries, and this one was not between the 2. So we'll go with Virgo first, and then we will go to Aries. So Virgo, let's do Virgo. Messages for Virgo. What messages Virgos need to know at this time for October and November, at this time, that they can actually take advantage of the future? The first message is Six of Swords. It's interesting, right? Because this card is always about victory. This guy is and I mean, he does have more tools than somebody else, but look how he or she is looking behind his shoulders. And this is usually the message of the Six of Swords. Usually kind of like people see that kind of like boat that goes on the other side under guise of night, and it's a really sad person and you're like just always thinking about the refugee and somebody who had to leave their home because it was just not doable and workable. But here, you know, like, I don't know what is the name of the person in English. You know, the one who is steering the boat. It's not boatman. I don't know what that person would be. You know, like the one with the freaking paddle. It's almost like this person here has the role of that person. So this person is somebody carrying these people. So this is the main character in this particular deck. And look at the full moon, kind of like using the special spiritual forces. And we see the foal over here, flying Canadian maple leaf over here everywhere. And I think having all of these swords versus like always puzzled me with the regular Rider-Waite deck, how the swords were stabbed into the boat. And I was thinking, are you really going to make it? This is not the best way to carry that stuff, right? Because it has to be pragmatic in addition to having this archetype. Here, this is almost better. And I also like the green and the blue. So there is a communication. So this person has the network, and this person is also a healer. So these people who are going up front are going on the trail that already exists, and they are protected over here. So this is very, very important over here, right? So after last week, the Doctor Without Borders have moved into your neighborhood 2 streets over. Oh, okay, let's see. So you have protection over here, which is really, really important over here to know. And I think you're becoming Queen of Wands, Madame, because Knitting Yogi is a Virgo. So she is going to carry lots of her energy in this reading. Queen of Wands is a mover and shaker, but Queen of Wands is also a lawyer. She's not litigious, but she's going to put you in the place if you need to be in the place, right? So we all from time to time step in different queens. I technically should be Queen of Swords, but I always identify more with Queen of Pentacles. That kind of like what we might think. I'm pragmatic. I don't spend an arm and a leg, even though this renovation cost me an arm and a leg, but I do like to have nice things, and if this means making them in order to save money, I'll do that, or I find how to create them. So this is also somebody who is sexy. This is also somebody who is very lavish. It's also somebody who is ruled to herself. You might be getting flowers, Madame, of some sort, and flowers always talk about a bounty of some sort, something kind of like falling in, right? How creative girl, don't you think? Like it's like kind of like what's with the swords in the boat, right? Oh my goodness. Are you planning to go back to that doctor? Like this Grace doctor? Are you planning to be his healers, or there's like somebody new on the horizon? But oh my goodness, this King of Pentacles is the right person. This is, oh, chocolate cake. He comes with chocolate cake. This person is somebody who loves restaurants, loves finer things in life. Like whenever I look at Matrix, for whom I really don't know his sign, I always celebrate Scorpio for him because I found him just a couple of days before Halloween. Oh, I have to show you a picture this morning. I had to take all these pillows out from my outside furniture, and I put it on the bed. And so now this bed has a spring, what do you call it, spring, kind of like a spring box, and then it has a mattress, and then on top of this mattress I have like this much thick 4 inches of a feather, kind of like topping, and then it has a gel topping to be another 4 inches. So it's very high, but on top of everything I actually put those cushions, right, like from the outside. And let me find a picture, and that's where Matrix and Safi decided to lie down. Oh, look at that. This is like the old picture from Toronto, like from 4 years ago. But I want to show you this one that I just took as I was going to get a coffee. Look at them. Look at them. On top of everything and all of these layers. This is very high. Actually, I have to kind of hop a little bit to get on bed. This is where I decided to sleep. Look at them. And he is unbelievable. Like whenever there's like 650 thread count versus 200 thread count, guess which one he will pick. So that's long story is about telling this. So let me see, Knitting Yogi is chiming in. She goes, I don't think so, the doctor is a Gemini. Well, King of Pentacles could be Earth sign, but could be also somebody established. King of Pentacles would be somebody who amassed a fortune, who does have his business. So that's the other things. Wanted me to take him to dinner. Oh, screw that. Oh, I'm new in neighborhood and you should take me to dinner. You can tell him which restaurant to go, but he picks up the bill, I guess, or something. So Kim is saying she's starting a new job. Third job changes this year, or she's a Virgo as well. Hello. Listen, this is going to be really good over there. Even though you're a nurse, and generally that technically means to be a female, kind of like driven thing, it's going to be a guy over there who... So what would be advice for Kim, also for Yogi, is try to look your best, because a little bit of this physical appearance and kind of like talking, knowing your crap, showing like that you know knowledge, because as I said, like Queen of Wands sometimes presents herself as a lawyer. So you have to choose your words carefully. This is not blabbing like cops or well, never mind cops, swords. We blab all the time, and when we air sign talk to another air sign, like it's just like so much that other people are, oh my gosh, I'm just tired listening to people 5 topics at the same time. But we kind of like make it works for us, right? So that's really, really interesting. With 6 of Swords, like whatever is happening, whatever guys you want to leave behind, you're protected. That's very, very, very important. So let's see which Visconti is coming out for you. Oh, okay, it didn't go all the way on the floor, luckily. Luckily. They look cute. How they... Oh, this one jumped out. And you are getting... But it jumped out reversed. Wheel of Fortune. It was reversed. Maybe something was not happening in your life that you feel it's kind of like ramping up, right? Like Virgo is one of the signs, and I have lots of Virgo. My Mercury is in Virgo, so hence I get affected very much, as I'm affected now with this Mercury retrograde. Please, 2 more days and it's freaking over. I'm sending my computer back to HP, and each and every retrograde that I had so far, I had to do it, and now I'm waiting for the retrograde to go over to send it. So this means old is on the top. So maybe this is what it was, that you didn't really take advantage of your expertise. You didn't take advantage of kind of like what the age brings to you, and maybe somebody else was running the show, or somebody else thought they're better at it, doing the stuff better and whatnot, right? So this is now getting reversed, because this is almost like can something signify rock bottom or something not really going well, which is then repeated in this card. It was like a time to escape something, which is also almost looks like these are older people versus younger people. It also tells me if you're younger, then be careful not to be know-it-all, because it's not going to work. It's going to shut you down. But you as a younger, you definitely need to play what you can do, which is the energy and vigor. And if you're older, don't shy away from showing your expertise, because that kind of like is the time to do it. So that's what we see here showing. So Yogi, he has it all wrong. Oh my gosh, this guy, like you know what, Yogi, you do have this healing ability, but please do charge him. And because he charges and he does the stuff, it's up to you. It almost looks like you're cutting that karmic bond. You just kind of like don't want to deal with this. But if you get together with him, just basically be generous with your emotions, not for him but for you, and just say, look, you know, I know what happened, I heard what happened, it's bad, and how are you going to change yourself in the future to move forward? just to see what he says, what he does. It's going to be really interesting. Hello, Matthew. Glad to see more men over here. I guess Chris is either listening or not listening anymore. So he goes, Matthew, I want to be successful in my endeavor to change the world, but also content as a human. Sorry for the weird way to frame the question. What is the question, Matthew, and what sign are you? And that's exactly it, Matthew. We do have a segments which are called doors, and then you can actually really ask your questions, because here also, like, if you hear there's a message that's coming through, no matter which sign it is, that is relating to kind of like what you're going through your life, just say so, and I'm going to go further and look into that. Kim, I hope this helped. Just kind of like, you need to kind of like be very strategic now how to go forward, right? So we are going next to Aries, as I said. Guess which one is next? So I think 100% guesses we have on that one. So we are going to do, how do you guys like this different format? It's not new, but it's just a little bit different. So tell me what you think. Cusp of prophecy, Sagittarius, Saggy, and I guess would it be Capricorn? I would guess. What is cusp of prophecy? Oh, you guys are getting your messages coming through, Aries. It just like wanted to. So it's a 3 of Pentacles, and then it's a 5 of Swords. I love it. That will be me, guys. I sometimes like, I'm so like, I'm telling you, I'm Queen of Pentacles. I'm so like, why would you be doing this? I sometimes like completely fail to have fun. And having a fun and being childlike is amazing, but this totally would be me. They are playing with these freaking swords, and all I will be thinking, oh my god, this is going to hurt somebody, what are you doing, I cannot look at that. It's just disaster happening. It's just so totally hilarious. And but even this one is here thinking, holy moly, what is happening? But interestingly enough, this one here is very confident in it. And they're like creating some recipe from what I can see. There are 3 witches in this particular card, and there's like something going on. There's energy, or I'm wondering what is really happening. Are the swords actually falling, or they're actually going up, right? So what is really also interesting is this cat, and it was like one painting in Art Gallery of Ontario, which was located in Toronto. I used to go there very often to feed my soul. It was like the enormous, huge painting. It was like almost like 10 feet wide, and it had a whole bunch of stuff, like a village scene going on. In the corner of the painting, somewhere here, like in a corner, you kind of like did see the guy choking somebody to death. It was hilarious how they had the little kind of cameo. So something like that is happening over here. We see this kitty is very intrigued, looking into something down. Could be a bug or something like that. But there are 3 cats. One is pointing at something, right? Some kind of knowledge. So 5 of Swords in a regular deck would actually talk about a loss. Talk about Pyrrhic victory. Somebody winning, where claiming, like we all know these pompous asses these days. Oh, I'm so great. I'm so this. I'm so this. Really, you took a toy from a kid and you're saying to us how you're great? This is Pyrrhic victory, where it's completely empty. It's hollow. Nothing is really substantiated with this. Because it's really interesting to me, because they are to me very similar kind of like things that they're doing. So here is almost like a planning. So let's translate this to the 21st century. You have these PowerPoint presentations, you're telling people, so this is kind of like what we can do. But then, you know, kitty cats over here, or him, like, well, we need a little bit of magic for this to happen. 3 of Pentacles generally talks about the teamwork of some sort. So Aries, you need to be a part of a team, but you need to know that as a part of that team, it's going to be one who is going to be a wild card. It's going to be one who is going to be, I guess, dragging everybody down, talking about this can go wrong, this can go wrong, this can go wrong. And maybe the rest of you are going to be just sitting on a kind of like sidelines. So it's going to be these like 2 counterparts that's going to happen. So this is really saying that you need to follow the plan, because otherwise things can go very wrong, or somebody, and I would say this, I don't know why this is coming to me, that is somebody who is like more of an extrovert, who is pushing things through, and it's kind of, oh, let's do that, look at me, I'm playing with a freaking knife kind of a thing, right? You just grab one more over here. And then you also have a page of cups, and kind of like take it easy. The message is kind of take it easy. In this particular deck, it also shows us creative. They're not showing us exactly what is over there, right, behind him, but the cat is painted, it looks like it, and this person just like see the entire world in a completely different kind of like a vision. And this is always good to see things from different angle and to see how things is, you know, how things can be. Like you don't have to necessarily be very strict with kind of like how things are defined to be. So let's see, Aries, which Visconti card you get. And you get the Chariot. Okay, so everything here is telling me that you need to be pushing forward, and telling you even you need to entertain crazy ideas. You need to entertain unusual ideas. You need to go be a trailblazer, which Aries is a trailblazer. Go to the path that maybe it's unfound, that is kind of hard. Because here in New Brunswick, I was really looking forward to all this forest. And then when I got here, I got forests, and I didn't realize that really don't have trails. And these forests are so thick that just walking through it will be a freaking nightmare. And then I realized, okay, just forest is not enough. You know, I look like, you see, this is being spoiled city girl, not really realizing that's kind of like how it is, kind of a thing, right? So another thing that I'm noticing over here, everything adds to 15. And either you're dealing with Capricorns over here of some sort, or maybe the Capricorn could be accountant of some sort. Maybe you're coming up with a business plan, trying to get the finances or loans over here, or trying to appeal to somebody. Because 15, the devil card is actually representing 15. It's really talking about that you're really challenging status quo, that you are kind of like really going with a big idea, which can be a great success or can be big flop. So I'm going to tell you when it's going to be success. If you're doing something trendy, or if you're kind of like meeting a new person, and looks to me somebody really wants to be single, if you're a woman and want to meet a man, this man is just not going to be a fit, or a woman, but it's going to be a blast. So if you can keep it short, on the short term kind of like level, it's going to be fun, because it's going to be flirtatious and something, but this is not something that can be built long term. Same thing with business ideas, something with jobs. If you need something to be immediate, it's going to come, it's going to be workable, but for long term, you will really need to come with better plans and with ideas that are doable, workable, and repeatable. And that's going to be the key to kind of like moving forward. So that's it, what kind of what matters. Matthew, or should I put my focus into music? Again, I'm seeing that maybe I should, but I'm worried about wasting energy or worse. So Matthew, what kind of music did you do? And actually intuitively I feel yes, that you should do that. You still, did you tell us what sign you are? That will be interesting to find out as well. You don't need to kind of like think about the changing the world. It will be interesting to also find in numerology, because usually these master numbers we are kind of like enthused to kind of like change the world. And changing the world can happen on smaller level than celebrities. For example, you can debate that I'm changing the world, because this is like, I mean, world station. Anybody from anywhere can kind of come in. So Kylie is not here today, but that's Australia. We have sometimes people from India here, like there are like people from the US and Canada. So how many continents? Europe, we have like pretty much not all 5 continents, because some of them, I think penguins don't necessarily have a good YouTube connection, but otherwise it kind of like really works. Okay, Jenny's already guessing. Good thinking. Let's see which one will I guess to be next. I was so far twice within the 2. Guys, your guesses. I think Matthew did say that your Sagittarius close to Capricorn, right? Okay, so it will be December 20th, probably. Okay, so which one am I guessing? I'm gonna go with Aquarius. Let's see, what did we get? Oh, I'm still within the 2. God damn it. you know what, when I hit it, like, I'll be so proud of myself. Then I'll be charging lots of money for my readings. Sagittarius, let me have a sip of coffee. And Jenny, you are right freaking on. Jenny is the winner of the day. Absolutely amazing. I'll see you on the 23rd, Matthew. Okay, but this is still cuspy. Depends on the degree. I don't know if this is a cusp, but I'm 3 days off from Pisces, and I call myself a cusp as well. So Jenny is on the roll today. Let's give her a big round of applause. She's freaking amazing. So Sagittarius, let me put your timestamp 5505. You guys are also getting a very so it's master numbers, and you're getting angel numbers. There are certain messages. There are messages coming to you that you need to start something new. There's something with the travel that is coming to me. I'm only seeing flashing words in front of my eyes. It's weird. It's almost like that baby brother kind of a thing. And I'm seeing something about the travel, that something needs to go in that direction, or that you need to get some knowledge based on your travels, past travels, but it's more or less focusing in the future travel. 5, Matthew, you were asking me about it. The part of Sagittarius wants you to go in light. 5 is very much connected to music and to creativity, and with the color blue. The blue would be really this blue, kind of like that turquoise blue, which kind of gives you this kind of like freedom. Also connects to languages, and also connects to various art expressions as well. So that is going to be very, very important. You are 22. No, you cannot be 223. So which double digit number your birthday adds to, or you can just put your birthday here for us. Creative Guru is 24th, which is Cap in Western Australia, Sag and Sidereal, which that fits you better. Okay. You have to find where it sits better. So let's go. Saggies. You're coming next. So Matthew, Capricorn was already read. So if you want to back it up down to 13 minutes and 55, which you can get, Capricorn has really interesting messages as well. So let me see. We have Knight of Pentacles for you Saggies. We have the Hangman. We have the Lovers. We have 8 of Cups, and we have 7 of Wands. So Saggies, you're finding yourself in a situation that you really don't like to find yourself in. This is really, really interesting, right? So Matthew, just do seconds. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and 5, and 8, 18, 27, 34. You're number 7. And number 7 is somebody who needs to stick with one thing and do it really well. For example, number 5 would be the person who should dab in 1,000,001 things. Like you learn a little bit about astronomy. You know, like that song, I don't know much about history. I don't know much about you know, like that song, like, I mean, I'm just trying to remember the words. So kind of like you're dabbing into everything. No, with you, number 7, it's telling you obtain expertise in one thing, and that's going to serve you really, really well, whatever this is that you want. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, Sagittarius, the Hangman. Knight of Pentacles is the ultimate friend. Ask your friend, talk to your friends, visit your friends, communicate with your friends, right? It's going to be really important. Knight of Pentacles doesn't really move fast, but it is really motion forward of some sort. So you have an air over here, which kind of like works for you. You have wands that works for you, but everything else is kind of like that slow down. So Sagittarians, being fire, they like to move fast, they like to kind of advance, they get bored if people are asking them too many questions, too many details, kind of like that becomes overwhelming. It's like, kind of, can't you see I have this big idea? Why are you bugging me? Like, what color this has to be? Like, I'm just telling you, I'm creating a time travel. Why do we care what is the capsule color, kind of a thing, right? So that's kind of how Sagittarius think. Like, they have this really big picture, big philosophy, big ideas. On the other hand, they can be completely anal and always be the devil's advocate, which can kind of like drive some people nuts, right? So here is really here's really kind of like formation, and this is what they said, you need to kind of like start something fresh and something new. You're getting 555s, so you need to maybe move from one flower to another flower, right? Because there is like some kind of stagnation that I'm seeing over here, and you're finally saying enough is enough. I'm kind of like walking away, but you're not allowing other people to take your accolades anyhow. So they can be walking away from a work, but 8 of Cups walking away, or somebody's walking away, it's actually positive walking away. Sometimes you're just fed up with things. And I'll tell you like what happened to me last week. I was shopping around to buy something that's called mini split. I don't know if you guys know what is a mini split. It's a new concept for me. It's for the houses that they have no ducts. It's an alternative source of energy, and Canada is giving grants for people who do that. So you have to pay a little bit yourself and they pay for you. So I spent 2 months with one company and trying to figure out what kind of like devices I'm gonna buy. And it was just going from bad to worse. One red flag after another. They're a big company. They had unbelievable reviews. And that's the reason why I kept sticking with them, because I felt, I want to get a good service. And then it came to a head when they told me, I said to them, guys, I really have to tell you, you're not going to get good reviews. This is just every single communication is like pulling teeth. So the guy says to me, well, if you, then I'm going to cut it right here. And this is a lot if you're going to find machoism happening in this particular province, and misogyny seems to be kind of like normal. So I'm going to learn. So he says, no, I'm cutting it out. You are going to either give us a best review or we're not going to even go forward. What's the point? And I'm thinking, like, for my background in marketing, like, I mean, if somebody did it to me, I would say something like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, and holy smoke, it sucks, we definitely need to improve it, and what would you suggest? And let me show you, like, going forward how, I'll try to make up to you, hopefully you're going to change your mind. I would never try to influence, and I think that's against Google rules. So he cancels, and I call the electricity company and tell them, okay, don't come to inspect, these people canceled. And so this company is now referring me to, they gave me a list, and they wanted to kind of like make up to me, because after all, it was the authorized list. So what I didn't know is they suspended them for 3 months. And the person that they sent to me, the first person that they called, actually gave me $2,000 less. So you see how things happen, and this is kind of like that walking away. You walk away from a situation, and the situation actually ends up better, and you're not allowing anybody to take your wind away. You know who you are. You're selling firm. You are not the one who lost anything, kind of a thing. It is a connection of some sort, guys. It is really happening. Maybe you have somebody who is, let's say, a destiny, I would say, for you. This is really talking about a unity, and what I love about it, we have the union of hands, we have the union of smoke, so fire and earth, which would be an air that is kind of like flowing and almost forming something else, and even the cats are forming their little tails in a little heart. So that's kind of like really, really nice over here, right? So you guys, maybe, and this is so bizarre, like the same thing keeps repeating for years right now, years, ever since I started. It was like, I think the beginning of 2017, February or something like that, just before my birthday. I kept seeing issues with Sagittarians. I kept seeing issues with Scorpios. Like, these two signs were standing out to me. Virgo had a little bit of issues back then, and Aquarius, and they kept on going and going. And the issues were more or less not necessarily hanky-panky third party, even though I seen those as well. But it was almost as if these signs had somebody karmic, so strong karmically entering their life, that they didn't know how to deal with that. And Sagittarians wanted to almost like rein the situation. The other person was equally strong and didn't let them, and that union maybe didn't really work out properly, or didn't work out at all for some. and yet it was one that was life-changing. Something happened. It was a fork in the road, and I am seeing the same thing all over again over here. Oh, you have a mini split knitting yogi? Yeah, I do have only baseboard heaters, so hoping to save some money. So that's going to be painful, just forking out $10,000, but I should probably get, if everything goes as planned, let me knock it 3 times, about 7,000 or $7,500 back, something like that. So it's in the end not going to be that horrible. See spot on your news. So there is like death reversed, and this is what I'm telling you. Something is being revived. Could be that the last Mercury retrograde, you have somebody on your mind, there's something going on, there's like something that is still causing you, let's say, pain of a sort. But that pain is like not a physical pain. That pain is like almost like a regret, I would say. That's kind of like, I'm not picking up even emotional turmoil, but just regret that something you missed. And you missed it because you wanted to play by your own rules, and it was exactly the inappropriate thing to do. And that's why you have the hangman. The hangman says, just relinquish all your powers, relinquish all your wishes. Right now it's time for you to study how other people handle that issue, and trust me, it's going to be really beneficial for you in the future. It goes against everything that we do in a normal life, but that's kind of like how it is. So Jenny, you did say that Pisces will be next. What are the other guesses over here? What's going on? Matthew says Saggy fits me better and makes so much more sense. So Matthew, keep in mind when we do live readings, even though I'm doing signs for the other people who are going to possibly watch it later, and the other people will tell you here, especially you can ask mods. They're really amazing in answering those questions. Every sign can be a message for you because you're not alive. It just, this is how it works, and that's what's going to be resentment. Barbie saying Leo. Yeah, for some reason I'm nothing getting to me, so what will I guess? I'll guess Scorpio this time. Any other guesses, guys? I have something coming through. Oh, I'm not even the area, and Barbie is, ta-da! Accolades, Barbie! Leo. Leo is next. Let me put your timestamp over here. I'm already in 1 hour over here, so better pull my socks 3, 4, 5 to do that under 2 hours. So Leo, Lois, Pisces. We still didn't have Pisces. Leo, you have 7 of Swords reversed. Leo, you have 8 of Cups. There's like something that you feel you wanted something. 7 of Swords is one of those difficult cards. It's Moon in Aquarius, right? And that Moon in Aquarius happens during Leo transition. So you're intricately connected to those Moon in Aquarius. We had like what, 2 full moons in Aquarius, like in the last transition. And it was something that really affected you, that is still really lasting. Where it kind of like feels that you're robbed. It doesn't have to be like financially robbed. It could be that you cannot express your emotions. It could be that, you know, somebody is not reciprocating. It could be something that you want to advance at work, and then people are continuously sidetracking you, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm still in the square one. And this is that good leaving. 8 of Cups is when you leave, when you still want to check if there is something better. Like, let's shopping for a car. You go and say, I'll try this one, try this one. Oh, I really love this one, but let me just check a few more. You can always come back to where you were, and that's what is good leaving. You are giving yourself options. And there's a 6 of Wands, and there's like 3 of Wands. Oh my gosh, something is really, really good happening. Something is good happening on the horizon. You need to cut something off or somebody off. There's like something that is a drain, and the drain, there's like something happening in your head. You're overthinking certain things, and that's what happened with 7 of Swords. This can also talk about stalkerish ability or something like that. And 8 of Cups is like, give yourself a chance to explore, but look at what's going to be happening with this exploring. You're going in 6 of Wands, and it's appealing to your generous nature. You know, I apply 6 of Wands each and every time I see a beggar outside. I don't give them lots of money. unless they're very old or something. But I always have some kind of candy. Like I usually carry in a plastic bags those chocolate covered almonds, right, that I buy at Costco. And I have this like little bags, and whenever I see them, I give them toonie, which is a $2, and a bag of chocolates or something, and they're like so grateful. And for me, my karma is just booming after that. Hello, Safi. You wanna say hi to Leo, you little lion? Huh? You're not talkative yet? Do you want a coffee? You want a coffee? Huh? You want a coffee to wiki? And then you have, guys, 3-on-1s. And 3-on-1s is a suggestion when you're doing something. It's a card of ships. It's card of like going in a direction. It could be card of commitment. It could be card of going in a new direction. So it almost like could look like that you're getting nowhere with some people. And you're saying, okay, yeah, it's fine. You can just do what you can do. This is kind of like who you are at this moment. And you're putting effort in this person. 7, this is a stage of 7, but look, you're going 7 and 8 and then 6. It almost looks like you're coming back to the same situation. It usually happens when you say to somebody, you know what, I don't want to push you. It's not in me that I push you to do it my way, but I need to kind of like do that for me. So off I go. Wish you all the best. And only then this person realizes the loss, and that loss, and seeing you and all your basically colors in it's all the beauty, how generous, how beautiful you are, how much you help the young and old and families, and maybe they're even looking you as a mother figure, as a kind of like ideal woman of some sort. And things are happening. There's like something really big brewing in front of you, and it's going to be really important over here happening. Let's see which card. No, it was too many flopping. Too many. Oh, Luis, you're a Pisces. Okay. I still have a 2. No, from 22, I only want 1. It's just like too bad. It's like these cards are too big. So let me just do this system. Works better. I want this one. And you got the sun. And the sun is a Leo. So there's like something that is calling for a fresh start. That is calling for your own vision. And this kind of like maybe walking away from the situation to get a greater clarity. So even if this means on your own going to take a trip or a long walk to clear your head, to kind of like empty the space for something else and raise above any troubles, mountains or troubles, right? To spur the growth of something new is going to be important. Maybe some of you want to get pregnant, or if you are just going to find out that you're pregnant, it most likely is going to be a boy of a sort. This is also very good for family, for traditions, for celebrations. So guys, it requires you acknowledging yourself and not living in a world where somebody else calls the shots. So you acknowledge that they can do whatever they want. This is the life, and you're not forcing them into doing things your way, but you need to move away in order to kind of like experience your own destiny. And only then it's going to be really interesting. The tables will turn, not because you force them to, but they're actually really realizing how much benefit you brought into their life, and that's going to be very interesting. So yay for Barbie and for her amazing yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more, and then we have the doors, and now we have Gemini. I didn't even ask to guess. So Gemini, let's see you. Going to be hello. Did you have your coffee? Huh? Did you have your coffee? Okay, so there you go. We are talking. Can I get to the cards? I love you, girl. Let's see, Geminis. We have Judgment. We have King of Pentacles, and we have Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. This is really interesting because so Knight and Knight, so there's like it's something happening karmically for you. That's first and foremost very important to mention. So King of Pentacles could be husband, right, for example, but could be 2 other people buzzing around you. So, or it could be like your main squeeze and some things around it. It's really interesting that they are kind of like coming like toward each other of some sort. And this is Matrix trying to, I guess, get the boxes to fall. Come, Matrix, come on the table. Come here. Come, kitty, kitty. Come, 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 come. Where are you? Come on, come on. Yes. Where is kitty, kitty? So here it is. Here is my 680 thread count boy showing up. Yes. Yes, we have the kitty cats on the table. Yeah. So, guys, judgment really means that there is going to be a release of some bones that you have. So maybe it is a time to kind of like have the finality of a sort. It's positive, it's up. You're like winning, if you wish to call it winning, but it's really not winning. It could be centuries that you had this link with a person of a sort, and maybe this person was a provider for you of a sort, but you know, air signs don't look at things, they don't stick around because of money. Well, it's not valid enough kind of like reason for it, right? But there is like a release of judgment. When judgment shows up, this means something that you're paying forward or something that you have been doing, not only in this life but previously, it's happening. This also could mean that after some release, somebody is coming to the kind of like situation on the scene, and some kind of like new things are forming. Knight of Pentacles also can represent really quality friendships, and Knight of Wands can represent somebody who is very much into sex, if you wish, but they don't really want anything more because that's kind of like their main, let's call it, will to kind of like what they are doing. So almost like, to me, looks like it's a dating like something, or you'll be involved with lots of people and there'll be different attitudes, can have different things. Like this person might kind of like recommend just hold back, just, you know, study everything. So you have like lots of pentacles influence. So it's telling me you'll be looking into your kind of home base and things that you're doing, what you're cooking, your food, your children, kind of like you'll be putting maybe one person on a pedestal, if you wish. But it's going to still be a little bit of, hey, I need adventure. I want somebody who has a game. You need that kind of like mentalization of the situation. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, you heard Tiger. He was like walking around me here as well. And then you have La Rueda. So there is like the Wheel of Fortune. So I think Taurus is playing prominently. Taurus and Scorpios are going to be two signs that are going to have really big influence October, November for you. And this is really showing you right now you're in a position to choose. You're releasing something. You are cleaning the slate, and you're giving any benefit that you can have as a result. So that is going to be very, very, very important. So okay guys, so what's going to be happening right now, we are going to do the doors. So let me grab another deck. Matrix, are you coming back? Are you coming back? I'll grab this one. I didn't do the Klimt in the longest time, I believe. And I'm simply going to cut it in so that I don't have to hide it and go back and forth. So let's do the doors. Actually, I really like it with this background music. I'm almost like not noticing, and I don't think that anybody will be really complaining about it. So it's not empty, I guess, space. So guys, think about the question that you want to have answered for you, or something that is like really focused on. The answer is going to come more or less in a yes or no form, which probably, as you know, it's the least accurate, but it gives you some kind of a guide. Why is it the least accurate? Because most things in the nature do not come in just like black or white formation, right? Just the pitch dark and pitch and clear white are hard to find, and they're very rare. So most of the stuff are always some kind of like mixture, but at least it's going to give you some kind of direction where we are going. Tiggy, hi pup, hi pup. I don't know if you saw that. I'm going to do that. So think about the doors. The door number 1, the door number 2, and door number 3. Lydia, ask a question for yourself, not publicly. So you're really in the spot where now, like, I'll be giving you the answer about this question and kind of like what you need to pay attention to it. And pick one of the doors. This is a door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. So when you do that, just focus on it and let me just go and tell you what's going to be happening. So guys, tell me which doors you picked, so there's like no, issues later. I guess you're seeing Tiger walking from the door coming in. So the door number 1, it's Wheel of Fortune. The door number 1, this is absolutely happening. It's going to be lots of little elements being put together, and it's going to be an element of luck as a result in this particular question. So full steam ahead. It's karmic. This is one of my karma cards, and this is meant to happen. Almost like you will not have to do much in order to push in that direction. So good for you if you pick the door number 1. Door number 2, we are getting the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles to me always links to somebody who to the domestic issues, just something, jobs, something that puts food on the table, something that we are really dealing with that is, let's say, immediate, or something that maybe needs lots of small little things to put together in order to create something like final, if you wish, right? So it is a yes, but it might take a little bit longer to see the full, I guess, fruition of everything. I'm seeing Matrix right there, Cross going in a bedroom, and he's not going to just go in bed. He wants to go on the special red pillow on top of it. And the door number 3, not good. We have 3 of Swords over here. 3 of Swords is some kind of distress. It's somebody calling you, somebody causing you mental disturbance, somebody causing you pain, relationships not really working out. So if nothing else, then just think that this is a stop in the road. It's telling you do not go in that direction. That direction is not beneficial for you, not at that time. Good news about swords is like they can be very painful, they're harsh, but they don't last very long. We can recover from them really quickly. But this is a very, very kind of like stern warning, because in the regular deck, this shows a bleeding heart. But here, can you see her? She's like not really happy at all, if you wish, and Klimt always had really interesting kind of like expression of his females. This is kind of like one of his, I guess, what they call it, Medusa's series over here. It has been taken from. But interestingly enough, she doesn't have any of the swords being stabbed through her, but she is protecting herself. So this is what is, interestingly, look, you have the moon behind her. You also need to protect yourself emotionally. Very important to protect yourself emotionally, because it almost looks like you overly opened yourself towards somebody, and that's allowing not only them, or you're putting too much energy. So it's just like when you open the door wide and all the leaves come inside, right? So you didn't kind of have this like built-in protection that you have something. So be careful with that. And the warning and the message is like you need to really work on it and deal with that. So Barbie has 11/11. Again, it was Barbie's birthday yesterday. She's 29 now. Officially she's becoming an adult. And let's go and see who is next. I want to keep it under 2 hours, so I'm going to kind of like focus a little bit more on things over here. And we are getting Pisces. Pisces is next, and let's see what we get with this. Let me put a timestamp. 123:23 is a timestamp over here, and let's go Pisces. 9/11 for you, and for me is like 1/11. So it's hilarious. We have 11s all in common, but Barbie and I have extra ones. Okay, Pisces, you have 6 of Pentacles, you have the Lovers. It's very important for you. This is soulmatey, very soulmatey kind of like situation you're dealing with, over here, and then also you have a Nine of Cups. You're going to feel a great comfort, great emotional comfort. Certain things will really flow. Six of Pentacles is like finding a consensus, if you wish. Six of Pentacles is also about giving. So it's almost telling me that if you're doing some kind of charity or volunteer work or fundraisers, it could be a place where you meet somebody. You have two sixes. This is not karmic soulmate. It's a real soulmate. Karmic soulmate, it plays a tune that you need to dance to, if you wish, where soulmate is asking you to dance. That's a huge difference in it, right? So you don't feel like robotic, that you're stuck and resentful or anything. This is kind of like free flowing. And with this somebody who could be Gemini, but doesn't have to be lovers, has much more meaning than just being a Gemini or an air sign. But you also have a Nine of Cups. A Nine of Cups give you that beautiful feeling of comfort, of being in sync with everybody, being able to read emotions, being able to fulfill kind of like what you want. So it's kind of like if you had a struggle finding a person who I guess would who would be a right fit. Maybe you found lots of people, but nobody was just giving you a comfort that you need. Well, here it is. It's happening. Could be the same person that you have been around, that all of a sudden they'll be able to emotionally fulfill you as well, not just physically, for example, that maybe it felt so far. Let's see your Visconti card. This one I feel, and it's a Death. It's good because you're putting an end of something that didn't work. That is like here rebirth, if you wish to put it this way. And hence we see the little hat over here. See, he's holding the snake over here. Maybe you had, guys, even a third-party situation of a sort, and that could be literally that somebody had extra partner, but it could also be that was issues with in-laws, it was issue with kids of a sort, or the previous partner, and that kind of would create a strain on your life, where this is now getting resolved and things are getting so much better. So when the Death shows up, I think with this combination of the cards, it's going to be very positive as a result, right? So it could be Scorpio. Scorpio is a really good fit for Pisces, especially if a female is Pisces. That would really work very, very well. And this is kind of like revival. It's something new. At the same time, something has to stop. Not necessarily a relationship, but certain ways of dealing with things need to stop in order for this to happen. And maybe what you need, maybe you became too intense, and maybe you got too much engaged emotionally, and that's why Nine of Cups is showing up. It's like, take a breather, just do things a little bit on your own. Allow yourself to think in more directions than one. Not only, oh, I want to get married, or I want this, how, and this has to happen this way. Just allow yourself that the universe has the right to do it. Sometimes we want what you want, the universe, holy moly, those diamonds are not available right now. I don't know what to do. So then you're just being put on the back of the line, saying, okay, I'm going to think about it for later. This is just kind of like a reservation. Where here you're telling universe, just, you know, I would like happiness. You kind of give a concept, and then it comes to you. It's given to you in a completely different ways. As I said, it's going to a lot involve some kind of charitable work, certain things where you are engaged, or you're giving yourself, your time, or your money in some kind of situation. It is what's going to be very important. Jenny, yeah, you were there, very close, saying Pisces. So who is next? Who is next, guys? How about I'll go for Aquarius again. I'll pick Aquarius again. Your guys, what are your picks? Can't see even against the light. Let's see a little bit here, not enough, and it's not Aquarius, it's Cancer. So let me see, and this was way off. Okay, so let me put a timestamp. Okay, Cancers messages, and we are getting Temperance, we are getting Queen of Cups. So Cancers, you're going to have a little bit of sizzle, and even though Temperance is usually representing Sagittarius, I'm seeing Six of Wands. It was not it was just that I'm not feeling Temperance very much like Sagittarius in this particular deck. I'm seeing this as a patience, as somebody who's methodically pushing it through. Sagittarius is not that methodical. Sagittarius is rather forceful. It's just like they are very fast. That's actually the fastest, I think, card and archetype in the entire deck. So here, the tree pose. What is the tree pose? The tree pose is about grounding ourselves, right? How many times have been guys in this pose, and then you go like, you know, sway on this side, or do you sway on this side, and you go, oh god, I'll never get this done, and then you realize, oh well, that's the point. Trees sway, and you need to allow yourself to kind of like feel like a tree versus trying to go in the pose. And this is the whole idea about this whole card over here, kind of like get it. And that's why she has the cupcakes on the other side, and a drink and a study on the other side, and Kitty Cat is the one who is like attacking cupcakes, and she is attacking, trying to get into that. It's also very interesting. I don't know if you can see it. She has one eye open, another one isn't. So there is like duality in the situation. But all together now, when I look this with the Queen of Cups, and I looked at with the Six of Wands, where we again show this generosity. There is like some kind of like emotional impact, Cancer, that is going to be happening. Maybe you need to pull yourself to create some kind of balance of a sort that kind of like happens. And Queen of Cups could be you, that you're feeling comfort in your own skin, and they're reaching out. Maybe almost like it feels like that you are not, this is not necessarily the area of relationships. You are not focused on one particular person, at least how it shows over here, but everybody's focused on you. Everybody's looking up at you in your poise, in how you conduct yourself, how nice, kind of like soft place to fall you are. They can come and open up to you. So that to me would be ideal for promotion. If you, for example, work in some kind of like in hospitals where this nurturing is important, like I mean, or you know, like where advice is important, where people will value that human contact, right? And it could be a charity as well of some sort, where you know, like you feel, and you will feel really, really valued. That's going to be very important over here to kind of like know. So, that's going to be really interesting. And let's see which additional message you get over here, my dear Cancer. Also death. So this means it's also telling you the progress is happening and the rebirth is happening, but you need to either sacrifice something or leave something behind. So this can be something like, okay, you have to let go of trying to be perfect. You have to accept things as they are, right? So literally that swaying, instead of blaming yourself about it, you say, no, that's the way it is. It's going to be this way. And you let go of these expectations. And this is what let go is contained within this card. And that's when the space open up for something else. You need to have this like coaster. You need to allow this coaster to be empty for the new things to be able to be placed on it. And it's going to be very, very, very important. Already, I'm storming through it, catching up, I guess, with time. A sip of coffee for me. Okay, guys, who do you think it's next? We have Taurus, we have Scorpio, and Aquarius left. I'll stick to Aquarius. Scorpio. Scorpio's next. Scorpio is next. Let's go. Your timestamp. Scorpio. Let's see the messages. I don't know why I all of a sudden felt like a message, kind of like straighten yourself up, sit straight in the chair. It's kind of interesting. Okay, Scorpio. The first one that jumped out was reverse 10 of Pentacles. And then King of Pentacles. And Scorpio birthday is around the corner. And this one also wants to come out. Scorpio, there is something in your family situation that is not sitting well with you. That can be concerning your father, or that can be concerning your husband, or that can be concerning your partner. Maybe there are issues in the marital happiness, or maybe you're feeling that you're not getting what you should be getting, that you're not nurtured. Maybe you're feeling that somebody is either not providing you happiness, or that kind of like they don't want to be, or they cannot be happy, or that you're trying to kind of like send that happiness to you. Sorry, Knitting Yogi. Okay, I had 1, 2, 3 chance. Was that message for you, Knitting Yogi? Sorry, I don't know if you're asking me or something, but here, Scorpio, it is really interesting, right? Because there is like really talking about patience, and it's telling you this also can be inheritance of some sort. It could be kind of like division of property. 10 of Pentacles is a really big card, so I can as well take this one out just to see what else is really hiding in that, because that can talk about a family, because that's what the immediate card is. You see the main family. Interestingly enough, we don't see the elderly here. We just see the family with 3 sons. What, they couldn't get a girl? They have the poodle. Was it the poodle? Or other doodle that is like that is kind of like together with a kitty, and there's another kitty with another son. So they have 3 sons, and there is a couple, but they are not elderly, so they just have this like Tudor style home with lots of grapes around, so that kind of like does show bounty. And maybe this is the flaw here, like there is some kind of like elderly figure that is going to be very prominent in this upcoming period, and that's what I immediately picked on. It is there a strife of a sort with a parental figure. It could be that you are that parental figure that somebody else feels like they're not getting along of a sort, right? And that you're holding the cake, or it's a situation like you want to have your cake and eat it too, of some sort. But this one is showing the way out. It's a 4 of Wands. There is advancement in the situation. So whatever it is, it might not get resolved, but it's going to be just pushed forward as a next stage. And it came as, interestingly enough, Temperance reversed. And why I think it's interesting now, because the only the digits that I have are 10 and 4. And 14, right, is Temperance. And it came reversed. And I wanted to see if what is hidden in this message over here, what needs to be looked into. And it's clear right now. There's something about patience. You are losing patience over something, and patience is really needed. Be very careful if you move to this next step before something has been conquered over here. It's very important for that to be pushed in properly, because another thing that I have in common in all of these cards is the appearance of castles. Look, castle, castle, castle. And almost like if you look at it, this castle and this castle, they're identical, right? Except he became a king. He was like, that's exactly the same guy. Look, he's actually wearing the same shirt. I guess they had a very limited amounts of shirts these days. And he has these leaves growing over him, except he had children over here, and the dog is still there. Oh my gosh, this is the same person. I never look at these cards this way. There could be the same people talking around that. But instead of the wife, he has a cow. Okay, I guess it's a little bit of substitute, but he has this chocolate cake, which probably she baked for him, and this same thing, the grapes are still here. I guess he has grapes all over his property, but he is now getting the wind out. There are like really benefits to his situation, except he was not crowned here. So he was probably prince over here, and here he is the king. So that somebody over here, Scorpio, is prominent in your life. It could be somebody who holds the money. It could be somebody who is used to having his or her rules respected. This could be you, that you are like determining how and where. And this is really talking about the patience. And this is clearly a message to you that some patience in this situation is a must. And if you move to the next level, and that's where the castle is again, it's interesting, it's not the same one. We didn't see these kind of like little minarets unless they were built later, and that could mean they are built later. That something is not going to have power that can sustain if you rush into something. So I guess the main message that I'm trying to say so inarticulately, do not rush things. It's going to be very important to take it easy, slow it down. And it's going to be something very much about a family and a family structure and how things are really work out. Okay guys, now it's a 50-50. It's between two fixed signs. Who will remember what is left? So we have Taurus and, oh, but for some reason I have 3. Am I missing something here? Oh, okay, maybe we have extras. Oh, what happened here? But only on the list. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I think, did I read Taurus? I don't remember reading Taurus. So let's go with this one. Let's go continue with Aquarius over here. But it's Taurus. Okay. What's the third sign? Maybe I just forgot to put a timestamp, so we will see. It will not be the first one, that's for sure. So let's see. Talking about Taurus, I'm trying to do the compost and I'm failing miserably. I just don't know how to get the ratio. It's just like not coming through the way it should be. So Taurus, oh my gosh. Taurus, you're connecting to the star and to the Ace of Pentacles. Giving me a little bit of a goosebumps because my dad is Taurus. So why is this connecting to me? And Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning and some kind of strategy, how to go about it. And it's a bit of being hopeful and stepping in. But it also could mean simply kind of like there is like a bigger vision, there's like something happening. Look, 2 of them have in common, like they're using the same basically arm to create energy. She's creating a vision and he's materializing this vision. It's almost like sending the wishes to the universe, and those wishes are coming back in forms of money, because Ace of Pentacles is like, it's a new beginning. It's something that is very, very long term, that can kind of like create some new creations. It's a team that needs to be formed. There will be at least 2 other people around you that will be needed to help to foster the growth of some sort. 3 of Pentacles is also about the expertise. So maybe other people will be brought to the situation to kind of help. You'll be maybe getting advice, or you'll be doing research, you'll be contacts. It's a lots of Pentacles over here. You're connecting with the star, which is another fixed sign just like yours. So it could mean that somebody's in your way if you wish, or it could mean that there's like discrepancy in how you want to have things done. But I'm kind of like not picking up on any negativity in this reading. So let me just see Visconti, what comes through over here. Hi Jeffy. Did I not tell you that this in Osho Zen, this is usually Hierophant, and Hierophant would be your card, but to me this is more Fool. This is like before something happens. But I just had, my breath was taken away when I pulled this card, because there's like that nothingness, no thing, no one. Was it before the Big Bang that happened? That there's nothing, that has to, the plug has to be pulled. Could it mean that, you know, I hope not, that somebody just passes on, and they're like moving into like the universe. This is actually all the energy. Everything is here. We're talking about God, we're talking about spirituality. The same basically thing would apply on the Fool, except the Fool comes here from nothingness, he arrives here. This is why I was more or less connecting with the Fool, but I can see how this can be connected to the where is my Osho Zen? Do I have it anywhere handy? Here, I'll show you. My Osho Zen. Let's find this card over there. They are connecting this also with the space and with the universe, and how, you know, like the morality is a concept on its own, and it doesn't really rely upon any human conception or any human teaching. It's really universal, and we really need to deal with it. And please tell me I'm not going to be missing this card, because I don't feel it. Oh, there it is. See, it's nothingness, but it's no-thingness, and it's sitting in the place of a Hierophant, which really is your card. And this is like why I know this message is very, very strong here in your situation. There's a new beginning of some sort, but that new beginning is going to happen with some kind of like experts. Does it mean that maybe you're selling your house? Does it mean that you're moving into some kind of like a new business ideas, a new space? It could be something connecting with the internet or connecting with the internet. This is going to be really important, because this is like the biggest message from all that I saw. This space is going to feel dark, right? Because this is not where we're in a human form anymore. If we're not in a human form, we become the part of the collective. And when you're in a collective, you just simply have the tendency to be, you don't have a tendency, you just do the right things. It's just like you don't want to harm anybody because you're in the same pool. You don't pee in your pool because you're peeing on yourself. So this is kind of like where this kind of like becomes a completely different kind of like attitude. So that's, I'm really going to watch what's going to be happening with Taurus. So which are these two cards? Aquarius, Libra. Did I not do Libra? That's what it is. I didn't put Libra on the list. Oh, imagine I didn't count them when I wrote them here. I just jumped from Virgo to Scorpio. Oh, Barbie. How could I lose Libra here? And I cannot squeeze it in. I'm just going to put Libra here and add it in later. See? At least my little paper cheat sheet, it didn't, it had all of them. So Aquarius is going to be dead last because of my, forgetting. What's up, Sefi? What did you... And I have a spider that wants to live here in the house. And I took a little paper yesterday, and they tell you don't kill spider at night or day. I don't know which one it is. I just periodically don't like bugs, but I don't like killing them, especially earwigs. I hate, and I always try to chase them away. So this spider, I put him on a little towel and carrying him outside. So this morning, I don't know if it's the same spider, but it's the same looking spider, like was waiting for me when I opened the door for Teddy to come out, and there he goes, he's coming in. I said, okay, you want to be a pet? Come be a pet. Yeah, Jenny, you were telling me and I didn't pick up on it. Now I get what you're what you're telling, what you're talking about. So it's kind of like really interesting. So, hello CBO Music. That's like our resident Scorpio over here. I just had Scorpio reading. You can scroll it down to 133.45. But it's so nice to see you, sweetie. That's my Canadian guys too. Okay, so we are dealing with Libras. There are cards that want to come out over here. One is Ace of Wands, still a bit of Mercury, Queen of Wands, and the Devil. So my dear Libra, I think you're feeling, oh my gosh, one air sign reading for another air sign. And Libra is my ascendant, original ascendant, as you know. So what is happening here? You are indulging yourself. You just don't care if you're going to have the money, if you'll have to pay credit cards later, if this is not what you would regularly do. You're kind of like feeling, hey, it is still my birthday time. This is my seating part, and god damn it, I'm going to do it. That's why the devil shows up. You're treating yourself, you're eating food that maybe regularly it's not something you would put in you. Ace of Wands simply means it's a recreation, not creation, but recreation. Maybe things are kind of coming up from the past and they are resurfacing, and maybe they are working out this time, because the Queen of Wands is like you are feeling like doing things. You are not lethargic. You are actually going around doing stuff and being tempted in all kinds of directions with all kinds of things, right? The devil is giving you different forks in the road, and you guys know it's kind of like with Libra, you cannot really BS Libra. You BS Libra because they elect you to, and they want to convince themselves that everything will be okay, right? So that's my ascendant Libra. I'm wanting to convince myself everything will okay with this mini split people when it was red flag. Okay, it's a red flag. Oh, it's another red flag. Oh, it's another red flag. But in the brochure it says everything is okay. Oh, it's another red flag. And hello. So I wanted to convince myself everything will be fine where everything was there, and I know I was irritated, and finally it came to the head, and it's not meant to be. Not for me. It might work for somebody else, but not for me. So here for you, like, look, everything is up in the air, and it's almost like that astonishment. I love her little dress over here. Absolutely love it. And things are really, really working out. So it's almost like a creation of some kind of map, of some magic, music. Be around the places that have fire. Be around the places that have music. It's going to be very important. Because that's where something you're going to be closer to the source to kind of create this. And Queen of Wands is somebody who is well put together. It's not necessarily a flashy, it could be flashy kind of like outfits. I kind of like more or less see Queen of Pentacles like flashy. They want to put everything they own on their dress. If they have diamonds, it'll be dress made out of diamonds, kind of a thing, right? But Queen of Wands is going to be, and Queen of Pentacles will be high quality material, but Queen of Wands is going to be sort of like something interesting. It will be like Cinderella kind of a type. You'll have a glass shoes, but it's going to attract that attention. But it also could be just simply kind of like a business thing. Like, I mean, pencil skirt and a cardigan or a suit for a man. But check it out. He is trying to, there is like somebody trying to get in between. He is saying, doesn't he look like that, what's his name? Jason Momoa, right? He's like, hey, do you want some money? You just have to leave her. You just have to leave. Look at, she's blushing all over. Just leave her. I'll give you so much money. And she's getting an ice cream to kind of like completely sidetrack her while he's going to try to tempt him. So there is somebody in your life you might observe is getting tempted and is simply not choosing the right thing, not according to your thing. And you're Libra, and Libra is really big on observing people. They look very sweet and they look very chatty, but boy, they have the big X-ray. So they're like filtering you through that X-ray and they say, I saw what you did the last summer and you didn't really behave in a good manner, and I don't know why you would behave it this way. So this is maybe you looking at somebody else's kind of like through the filter. It could be the Capricorn that you're dealing with, or it could be the fire signs that you're dealing with. So that's kind of like important, but you might be just observing somebody who is easily tempted. And with Libra, to you, that's a red flag. You're saying, okay, you're doing that to somebody else. It doesn't even have to be happening to you. I better take note because that is important for you to know. Hello, Lorna. Happy Capri Day. Capri Day. Cater Day. And you have the Emperor. So there is like the Aries, or there is like somebody strong. Or there is maybe somebody who is less emotional. What is really important is the Aries is on the opposite side of Libra, so there is like some kind of a counterpoint. You're showing your private parts here. Why is that? You're starting to talk all of a sudden. So this is really talking about having it together, being in control. And that's what I feel over here. You're in such a big control and you're not even emotionally engaging into things. You're like more or less mesmerized how things are happening and how you actually can see things that can prevent you of any future kind of like going on the wrong road or having a flat tire. You know, I'm talking metaphorically and everything. And why are you here, Sappy? Why are you here? Okay, come on. We need to do Aquarius, and that's why you showed up. You showed up for your reading, Aunt Jeffy? You wanted me to do Aquarius, girl? Let's see what's going to be happening for you for the next week. Hi, Jeffy, girl. Do you love me? That was hesitant, yes. I really have to say. Do you know who feeds you here? Do you? Is this Aquarius? Is this Aquarius? Yes, it is. And Aquarius comes last. And let's put a stamp over here. There we go. Aquarius. This one jumped out. And this is talking about the 10 of Cups. Happy family. Bounty. Good foods. Kill spiders unless they're a furry garden or cat face. Ooh, we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Chariot over here. So they're like some setting goals, and King of Swords is also all about the goals, and it's saying, okay, do not overcomplicate. Ten of Cups is like it's feeling close to people around you and what people do, right? But what is really important is like what is happening. Yes, that was very nice. We saw your underwear, the color of your underwear. Yes, can I show these cards, huh? Can I show these cards? What do you say? Yes, thank you. Thank you, pretty girl. Yes. I'm thinking about getting another cat. Don't let her hear it, but I'm a little bit still wondering if I should do that because I still have to get rid of the workers and let them have their own space instead of bringing a new one, and kind of like everything works okay here, so maybe I should hold back. So 10 of Cups is really everything works. There is a connection between the members of the family, right? There is like a need or want to go forward. Somebody's really hesitant to go forward. Interesting that they're showing Chariot, and Chariot never has this doubt. It says that way or this way. Chariot has a goal in mind and you go. But here I see indecision. It's kind of like, which path do I take? Which also tells me there is like some kind of like a new road, a new direction that we'll be going into, which is also emphasized with the Knight of Swords. And this is talking about the soaring above. Maybe we need a greater vision. We want to obtain this greater vision. I feel it's going to be travel, guys, in the next short while. It's going to be travel both by air and by, you know, the ground. There's going to be something that is clearly talking about it. It could be connecting the family, visiting family of some sort. Interestingly about these travel cards over here is the Chariot is in charge of all the knights. I don't know if you knew this, guys, and this one is the fastest knight of all. And I don't know if he's killing the birds because I can see the feather flying. I guess he's just chasing them away. Are those, what kind of birds are those? Crows? The crows are eating my apples, and they just chop on the apple and they dump it on the ground all chopped up, and then go to the next and next and next. So this indecision is resulting into somebody's determination, and he's saying, you know what, I'll go when I just know this much of the road, not everything. But when I get there, I'm going to figure out what is the next chunk, what is the next chunk, or what is the next chunk. So there is like a typical Aquarian kind of like a thing. I don't need to know everything, but I know enough in order to kind of start moving in that direction. And that is going to be very, very important for me. Let's see which Visconti we get with this here as well. Which one do I want to pull this one. And we are getting Justice, and it is reversed. It was reversed. So justice reversed again, it can talk about some legal issues that are kind of like coming to a head. Maybe this simply talks about that need to be addressed. Maybe somebody's challenging us and we need to kind of like correspond to it, and maybe this would make sense. There's like this debate in between the two. This is represented with 8, and I would rather prefer to talk about this card as strength. And if strength is reversed, it means that somebody wants to exert power over us. And because of that happening, we are moving in a new direction. We are saying no to that. That is like absolute no. I'm not going to do that. And I don't know where I'm going, but I know that anywhere else is better than here. How is this connecting with this, like this home ground? I'm not so sure. There's like this big river. Could be a flow of life. It could be just simply there's a next phase. There's clearly a bounty over here, but bounty up to one point. If you eat steak every day, you will want to eat something plain. So this is kind of like maybe it's a time to say, okay, thank you, I need to kind of like move forward. Or maybe officially we are telling ourselves summer is over, like let's kind of like put the nose to the grindstone and kind of like go in this direction. I'm going to let you know what is this all about, because I guess I'm going to find it out in the next 6 weeks or so, because this is justice and strength in one. And as I said, there's like a really interesting, this is that Knight of Swords that is going around coming up with the messages. So there's like something we need to find out. There's something that is hidden from us. There's like some information which we still need to address and deal with. So that's going to be very interesting in how we kind of get there. And okay guys, ask yourself another question. There is another round of doors. Let me put a timestamp on that. We are right on 2 hours over here, 2000000. So that's really interesting over here. So let's see, guys. And Barbie, you're going to try to post it, and if you can, that's great. If you can't, just please send me an email, or you can even copy everything via email, and then I'll copy it and post it. I prefer that she does it and the people see that this is her handiwork, so I don't want to take credit for these beautiful icons and everything she does. So Knitting Yogi, this is how I'm feeling anywhere but here right now. And there is Aquarius rising, so for me is the sun. So let's see. So this is the first one. Okay, this is the second one, and this is the third door. Okay, so let me think for a moment. I want to join in all of that, and I'm going to pick number 2, and you guys pick whatever you want. I'm going to start with the door number 1. We got the Emperor, and this is big yes. If you're asking for the legal case, this is yes, something is happening. The mountains are moving. Emperor is very, very strong, putting a foot down of some sort. Or if you're asking for a relationship, somebody's coming through, somebody's committing, somebody wants to go all the freaking way. So that is really, really, really important. Oh, Barbie, you feel happier than ever. Oh my gosh, that's so nice to say something like that. Oh my gosh, of course. And that's what happens with, I told you, they're very high. They're in the birthday kind of like a period. That's what happens with Libra. Ooh, then we have door number 2. It's 7, and this is like emotion. It's a cosmic kind of thing, and this is a lovely card over here in this particular deck. Chariot, you're moving forward, but you're moving solo. You need to go in this direction. You need to go towards some goal, and the goal has to be self-defined. Even though if somebody else tells you, look, this is what you need to do, you're going to redefine it anyway and do it yourself within your own authenticity, and that kind of like really needs to happen. So it's a yes, but it requires engagement. It requires you feeling fully focused, zoned in, and that's one thing and one thing only that you'll be chasing. It's very, very important. I'm singing in the rain. And then we have the number 4, and it's a 4 of Pentacles, and it is reversed. Now that's really interesting. So 4 of Pentacles reversed is actually good, because if you remember the regular deck, there is like this dude holding onto his pentacles, stepping on them. Nobody takes my pentacles. But here it's the understanding, and if you need to gain this understanding in order to resolve the riddle, the understanding is that you need to share. Sharing is winning in this particular case. If you're holding to yourself and saying, no, 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 you go first and I'll go second, you're going to lose. You're not going to get yes on this one. If you share, and if you are the one who is the first one and who is approaching the situation first and saying, okay, let's reach some consensus, let's deal with that, you're going to win. Things are going to be going forward in that situation. But you need to understand that if you're holding your ground, this is going to be the end of that road. But if you are pushing it forward, things are really going to go in a different direction, and a positive direction. So there you go. I mean, lovely reading. Especially I'm always intrigued when I have readings around Scorpio time, because Scorpio digs very deep. You go to the center of the planet, and it kind of like tells you all of these messages that will be bubbling up on the surface over the next 12 months. And I think we are entering Scorpio. Let me see, are we entering the Scorpio before the next time? Yes, we are. We're entering the Scorpio mid next week, I believe on the 21st, on Thursday. And then in the reading, you will see the next week the messages you'll be getting. Again, October and November messages we are getting will be really intense. So this is what's going to be different about going forward, and the messages will be every week. It's not going to be weekly, so I just do it for the week, but it's entirely what is happening in the surrounding time period that will be happening. So thank you guys so much. It was pleasure as usual. Visconti did help a lot. We didn't see the guy in diapers today. Well, so be it. That's okay. Who won? You won. You won. Okay, so since you won, what do I do? Didn't even think about a plan. What do I do for a winner? How about you quickly ask me a question? It's yes or no, just for you. And well, Barbie won too. Barbie, quickly, two of you. Quick question. It's public. You have to keep it in mind. And I'll pull card or two for two of you. So let's see that quickly. We all did, but two of you were the closest and right on target. Barbie with Leo, and I'm trying to remember which one was Jenny. So quickly, guys, I'm still here. We still have 5 minutes. I can answer those things, and then I have to go and get my tool set. I learned how to use the drill. I learned how to use microwave. I know I think people is a complete idiot. Well, the drill had like special programming on it, and the microwave also doesn't have the digits that you can punch in. It's one of those high-techy thingy that I got as a present, and I now have to figure out how to use it. Okay, Barb, settlement by the end of month. Did you get it already? Because that's what it looked like in the cards. But let me see. Jenny, where is your question? Absolutely, my dear. You're going to be beyond happy. Look at this. You're getting a 9 of Cups. You're going to be, if not the settlement, Cups are moving a little bit slower, but emotionally pleasing. Something is going to be happen that is going in that direction, and it's going to feel, oh my gosh, finally things are happening. So, Jenny, Barbie, and I want to be the one to hear from it when this happens. Finally, it's time. Jenny, will the person I'm dating go to the next level? With you, I hope. I see how the questions sometimes ask are, I guess, with you. No, that was another one. Okay, good. So this one, yes, it's very positive. Cups, King of Cups. What was it? Knight of Cups. Emotionally satisfying, knowing that you're going in that direction. Okay, Jenny, you're getting here. Judgment. Interesting enough, there's like some karmic situation over here. So clearly, question the way it was posed. You see, this is the tricky part. Yes, the person will go to the next level. This person needs to shut something karmic. And that karmic is maybe sitting on 2 chairs, need to stop sitting on 2 chairs, need to go in a new direction. Judgment is positive card. Judgment is meaning somebody feels later. So the question is, if he's going to go with you, that's a different thing. Jenny, which sign are you? That's going to be really interesting over here, because that generally talks about Pluto and Pluto-like energies. So it could be a Pluto astrological line. There may be live on a Pluto line. So that resonates deeply. And also this can give us a timing that is going to go during the Scorpio transition, which is like from the next Wednesday, the following 4 years. Will Duquette had been hurt in dealing since 2014. Oh, Barbie, I really wish this really happens. You know, like I'm not God and everything, but this really look positive. And even compared with the reading, like there's like something happening. And also keep being happy, because attracting that energy, you're telling universe to look at you, to attract it. And you can only attract good energies by being positive all the time, even if it is. Aqua, your Aqua, he's a Leo. Okay, so this is Scorpio. You're still the part of these fixed signs. So I think that both of you are dealing with something karmic. So this is not only a question about him, but it's also a question about you, that you also need to let go of some expectations so he can actually deal with his whatever crap he needs to do it. But this is generally a good card. It does talk about the next level, and it is a karmic card. So something karmic needs to be let go, right? You know, like these figures in the regular card all raising up from the grave. So the old things need to be resurfaced. You need to speak your truth, and then things can move forward. So generally very positive. So guys, this is for me today, and I was not late, so it's just pretty good. But I'm going to put this music a little bit louder, and please, come by, leave your comments if you want to refresh yourself of the reading. Barbie is going to try to post the timestamps, and if she's not successful, she'll probably email it to me, and I'm going to send it as well. But I will send this timestamps to Barb, so if she didn't write them down, so at least she has it. But the way she does the icons, nobody does it like her. So thank you all very much. It was a lovely Saturday being with you. And I'm going to, oh, Hasefi, you came to say hi. Yeah, I want to say goodbye to everybody. Yeah, over here. Yes, say goodbye. Yes, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. So guys, next Saturday, let's get more messages. And let's go from there. I want to see what's going to happen. You see, that's my text telling me, where are you coming? When are you coming? It's shifting. We're shifting to attention to Wednesday.